Hey guys, what's up? Samurai Bird. So Shadow Dancer has S7 shock steel. I had it tested. It has been verified by yours truly. So, as if my word is law. I'm just saying. And so, what you see here, uh, the column on the left will be what's in the blade, everything that's in the steel. The column in the middle is the actual amounts of said ingredients in the blade that I got tested. The column on the right is standard US S7 shock steel. So you can see the similarities, and apparently it is similar enough to call S7. Yeah, I mean, it's a Chinese S7, but it's S7 nonetheless. So apparently Shadow Dancer has stuck to their word and trying to make things right, and I can dig that. So a quick shout out to IIA Industrial Inspection Analysis, Brandon at IIA. He did the test for me, and I was curious about a little extra carbon and all the fillers, and he said, well, basically that's what makes it Chinese S7. So there you go. If it looks a little different, that's why. But like I said, it's still S7. So shout out to them, a shout out to Shadow Dancer, and shout out to Sortis, David and Valley at Sortis, giving me the test samples. Now they wanted me to mention they're a new custom builder on their website. If you guys are interested, they kind of split it in two. So now there is a econo line, if you will, a Shadow Dancer Lite, and they start out at $280 and go up to $800, while the Shadow Dancer Pro, which is what was up before basically, is $380 to $7,500. So they split up the parts and made it more an inexpensive line to, if you want a custom sword. Because if anybody went there before, I mean, you picked a custom sword, it was probably going to be in the $1,000 range, because it just the way they had it set up. So just their options were on the high end. Now there is a low end and a high end. So if you want a custom sword built through the Sortis website with a Shadow Dancer, then do that, and I'm sure they'll appreciate it. The context behind this, when I wanted the Shadow Dancer, so I seen Jensen's video before he had the blade, the S5 Hira Zukuri tested. That's the one I wanted. This one right here, which there's three of them. Now I got three of them that are identical. I'll get to why. I wanted that, so I watched this video. I'm like, cool, man, that looks really light. And it was they were calling it S5 at the time, so I was like, yes, I already have Cloud Hammer S5, and they're awesome. So I'll take one of those. And so I got it, and then I liked it. I think I ordered the SX105V Shadow Dancer, which I got you. I'll get into that in a minute. And I got that. Then I think I ordered a couple customs, and they were about $1,000. So, and then Jensen's video came out where he did a destructive test on the S5 and found out it was 1070. So that happened. And that was just like a couple days after I'd ordered these customs. So I got back with Sortis, and I was like, hey, this happened, and they knew about it already. I'm like, I'd hate to ask, but I really like a refund at this point. I don't trust that, I wanted S5. So they were like, well, we haven't talked to Shadow Dancer yet, let us talk to them and see what's going on. And I really like their sword. So I'm like, okay, do that, let me know. And, they got back with me in a day or two, and they even did the video with Valley from Sortis, went on live with Matt Jensen, and they talked about all this. So he got back with me. I think David got back with me, and They gave me an offer I couldn't really refuse. So they offered me. Okay. So it came out that they could do S7, but it wasn't S5. They lied. Sorry, we were trying to get a leg up in the company and whatnot, and we lied. We don't have a really good excuse other than that. At least they were honest about it, right? So, yeah. So they got with Shadow Dancer and worked out whatever they were going to do. So David from Sortis got back with me, and he said, okay, well they have S7 shock steel. I'm like, all right. He said, well, the one you have, the first one, we don't know whether it's S7 or 1070. So we will replace that with an S7 model, which they did. They said, okay, we'll give you another S7 Hira to get tested, to break it and get tested. Well, I said, well, wait a minute, I don't need to break it, for one thing. Then I said, okay, well, this SX105V, we all know that Cloudhammer has the monopoly on that steel. So he's like, okay, well, I'm not even going to dispute that. We'll just give you another model in S7. All right, that'll work too. And then he said, when you get your custom test, which they should be coming here real soon. They've been building them for a while, so they should be good. And he said, if you doubt it in any way, shape, or form that one of them is not S7, go get it tested, and we'll refund your money and drop Shadow Dancer in a heartbeat. Okay, sounds good. I went with that, and there you have this whole rack of Shadow Dancer swords. So, and then they even gave me a discount on the 2 customs, and then I think I added another 100 of that and got the 1095 bamboo model of theirs. That was, 1095. So that's pretty cool. So I'll review that eventually too. And yeah, I mean, I'll put a link in the description of for Matt Jensen's video. He does a much better a review of it, where he goes into the transition. It's a really nice sword, man. It's really light. It's freaking awesome to use. I mean, it's just so light and manageable. It's crazy. And so I'll put the link in there for that. You can watch his video because it's a lot better than mine. I just wanted to tell you about the test. So go out and get go on Sortis website, get a custom sword, pick S7 shock steel because it is the real stuff. It's Chinese S7, I'm going to tell you. It's not United States S7. And hey, that's cool with me. I can deal with that as long as I know what it is. Because, yeah, that whole mess, that was a mess. So, yeah, thanks. Shout out to Sortis. Really thank them for, making this right beyond my expectations. So, that was cool. And, hey, thanks for watching. All right, go out and get some Shadow Dancer swords. Later.